So, hear me out. Rage Bait the musical. I think I'm onto something. So, I just got back from Lakes of Fire. And if you don't know what Lakes of Fire is, it doesn't really matter. Just know that it involves a long car drive, about 5 days of sweating my ass off in between bouts of bartending, and then another long car drive home. So I'm kind of exhausted. And I thought, you know, let's just do a fun one today. So we're actually just going to do a fun one today. We are doing unpopular opinion. It's the unpopular opinion tags. I thought I have some hot takes. I have a few hot takes. What can I do about hot takes? And I'm like, well, what's my one hot take? Okay, well, that's one. And that's two. But can you make a video out of like two hot takes? How many things do you have to complain about to make a good video? I don't know. So I actually went looking and I found the unpopular opinions tag for booktubers made by somebody named The Book Archer. I will link her video in the down below. This is, as far as I can tell, the person who originated this tag. If you know of some information that I don't have, please let me know and I can correct it. But as far as I know, this is the one I'm linking in the down below will be the original of this tag. It's got like 9 questions and I added a 10th because it annoyed me and I wanted to talk about it. So we're going to go through 10 questions and I'm going to give you my unpopular opinions. Are you ready? First question, a popular book that you hate. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you may expect me to say The Everlasting, but I did not hate The Everlasting. I did not hate it. I did DNF it, but I did not hate The Everlasting. I really wanted to get through it. I thought it was a really interesting plot. I really wanted to make it through that book. It just made me too uncomfortable. So I didn't continue, but I did not hate that book. I'm going to tell you about a book I did finish that I actually read all of, and I do not like this book. It's House of Leaves. It's House of Leaves. Yeah, I read the entirety of House of Leaves, including all of the appendixes and all of the footnotes. Here's the thing you may or may not have guessed about me. I love footnotes. I am a footnote fan. I can't get enough of footnotes. I love them. I love footnotes. I like flipping back and forth between books. It all feels very, I like it. I like footnotes. No, I have absolutely no idea why it took so long to get an autism diagnosis. I don't know. You think somebody would, you think the first time I'd have told somebody that I really liked footnotes, they'd have been like, we should check you for autism. But no one ever did that. Anyway, love me some footnotes. I did originally have a physical copy of this book, but I gave it to someone because, I didn't want it. If you do plan to read it, get a physical copy. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, the entire shtick sort of depends on you being able to see it. Like, the actual physical copy. There's a shtick to this book, and it involves the footnotes. And I know what he's trying to do. He's portraying the interior of this ever-changing labyrinth through how the footnotes and the pages are formatted. Things are upside down and backwards. There are footnotes in the middle of one page that continue in the middle of the next page and then the middle of the page behind that, as if they were going through pages. It's like, it's a whole shtick, right? So to get the whole shtick of the book, you really do need to like hold it. You really do need like a physical copy. So if you plan on reading it, absolutely get a physical copy. But I gave mine away because, well, I had already read it and I didn't really like it. Let's talk about the footnotes. Ooh, love me some footnotes. Love me some footnotes. The problem is the footnotes in this book are not great. And, judging from what I hear tell online, it's supposed to be a satire of overly pretentious academic writing that has too many footnotes that don't really go anywhere. And I get that. But if that were the point, like, you could have made that point in a lot less footnotes. Honestly, I think that point was overplayed, if that's what he was trying to do. And some of these footnotes are pages long. Pages long. There is. I am not kidding. I am absolutely not joking with you on this one. There is a footnote that goes on for like 5 pages. And all it is a comma separated list of architectural details that you will not find in the labyrinth. That's it. I That's it. That's absolutely it. Like, you might think, like I thought, that if you read every item in this list, that eventually you're going to find like a little joke, right? There might be a little punchline. There might be something a little creepy kind of show up. Like, you're not going to find any shutters or dead bodies, just snuck in sort of in the middle of the list. No, 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 there's nothing snuck into the middle of the list. It is literally just 5 pages of comma-separated list of architectural details that you will not find in the labyrinth. There's no punchline. So, you could read a few of the footnotes to get the whole satire bit, to get the, oh, that's cute, I see what he's doing. Like, you can do that. But there's absolutely no point in reading the rest of them, and they're a good portion of the book. So, yeah, just throw the footnotes out because there's no point in reading them. They're exactly what they say on the tin. There's absolutely nothing interesting in those footnotes. I know, I've read every word of every one. There's nothing interesting in those footnotes. It's nothing interesting. So you can throw out the footnotes. They don't mean anything. The next thing I want to talk about is that people tell you when you're reading this book that if you're having trouble getting through it, that you can just skip all of the parts with Johnny Truant. Johnny Truant is... I really don't have time to explain all 5 levels of House of Leaves to you, but Johnny Truant is not actually a character in the book, and he is kind of the main character of the book. Okay, Johnny Truant is the character that we care about. Johnny Truant is the character that the author cares about. He's the one that all of the appendixes are dedicated to. He's the one who's having the mental breakdown. He's the main character of this book. And the only place he shows up is basically in footnotes to some other manuscript that he apparently found, in which he tells you all about how he's a complete douchebag fuckboy. That's it. That's Johnny Truant's story. Oh, and his mom went a little crazy. Oh, and he goes a little crazy. But, like, he's the main character. He's the character you're supposed to care about. He's the character that the author cares about. He's the character that all of the appendixes are based on. He's the character that has, the crumbling reality going on around him. And when you start reading this book, people will tell you to ignore every section of this book that has him in it. I'm supposed to ignore every section of this book that has the main character in it. And we think this is a good book? I'm not sure I buy that. I'm absolutely not sure I buy that. So couple those two kind of huge problems that I have with this book with the fact that, honestly, I'm just not afraid of malevolent TARDIS. I'm just not. I've always thought TARDISes were probably a little morally ambiguous in the first place, so a malevolent one honestly doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of the whole labyrinth idea. I'm not afraid of the 5.5-minute hallway. I'm not afraid of, rooms appearing and disappearing and getting bigger and getting smaller, and a house that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. That's a TARDIS. I am not afraid of it. I'm very sorry. I know that is really creepy to some people. I get that, and I am not telling you that you shouldn't be afraid of a TARDIS. I'm just not. So I've got two huge, kind of really big problems with this book, coupled with the fact that I'm just not afraid of the actual horror that happens in this book, and I didn't like it. I did not like the book. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Honestly, the best thing that came out of House of Leaves is the album by Poe. Not kidding about that. Haunted will be stuck in my head for the rest of my days. It's a banger. The whole album is a banger, okay? If you have not heard the album by Poe, go listen to it. It is absolutely the best thing that came out of this book. I know that you kind of have to read it if you know you want the horror bros to take you seriously, but you don't need the horror bros to take you seriously, babe. I am telling you, those horror bros are afraid of TARDISes. Okay? Don't worry about what the horror bros think. You do not need to read this book to be an actual horror fan or to know things about horror. You don't. I'm sorry. Do not like this book. Don't like it. Starting spicy. Yeah. Getting my hot takes out. What's the next hot? Oh, the next hot take. Unpopular book that you love. The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. It's his worst book. It's his worst book. You don't have to look it up. You don't have to look it up. It is absolutely his worst book. Stephen King will tell you that it is his worst book. This is the book he wrote right before he decided that he really needed to get off the cocaine now, okay? He was so high writing this book that they had to scrape him off the ceiling to get it published, okay? The man was out of his mind when he was writing this book, and it is so weird, and it is so bad. It is an awful, awful, horrible book. And I found it really charming. It's possible that says far more about me than it does about anyone else, including Stephen King. I promise I'm not currently high on cocaine, but I found this book incredibly charming. I thought it was charming. It is a fever dream. It's a fever dream of a book. It makes almost no sense. It's technically supposed to be about aliens, but you spend most of it following a guy around who's just really mad about nuclear power. It's weird. It is a really weird book. You could basically snort the pages, okay? And I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was charming. I enjoyed it. It's a little weird. It's very weird. It's very weird. Just so weird. And it is not good. And I liked it. I don't know what else to tell you. I thought it was oddly charming. I was just charmed by this book. And yeah, so you shouldn't listen to me about anything, honestly. I tell you that The Tommyknockers is a great book and The House of Leaves sucked. So I don't know, maybe you should not be listening to me about anything, but I gotta tell you, some of you will understand that The Tommyknockers is an incredibly charming fever dream, and I enjoyed it. Couple of quick ones. The third question is about a love triangle where the main character ended up with a person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP, which is like one true pairing. I think that's what that means, that you don't like. And I got nothing for you. I spent all day yesterday trying to think of the last book I read that had a love triangle in it, and I don't there isn't one. There isn't one. I do not believe that I have read a book that had a love triangle in it. Uh, I mean, if I did, it left so little impression on me that I don't remember it. So why would I hate it or care about who they, you know, ended up with? Love triangles doesn't really show up. OTPs, I mean, yeah, you get some of those. You get some of those. You get there's love interests, but I don't generally like hate them. I'm not like, ew, ew, why are you sleeping with that dude? Don't I don't have those thoughts. It's honestly not really a genre I read, which ties into the next question, a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. Romance. Romance, which is what the third question is about. Yeah, I don't have any weird unpopular opinions about romance because I don't read a lot of romance and I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Don't read it, and I can't think of a single book that had a love triangle in it. I can't think of a single one. It's possible. It's possible I have read a book that has a love triangle in it. I just don't remember. I just don't remember it. All day, all day. Maybe I should read some romance just so that I can answer this question. But I'm gonna read like you know what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna read like one romance. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I hated that. I hated that OTP. I hated this person. Like she really should have ended up with this other dude who was like a secondary half character who had like a third of a page of text. Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. I was like, there we go. Got my answer. Question 5. A popular or beloved character that you do not like. And I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think anybody really finds Johnny Truant beloved. I don't think anybody finds Sari Keaton beloved. Like there are people who I'm talking about Blind Sight. If you haven't read Blind Sight, I have a whole video about Blind Sight. I can link it below. You can go read it. You can know what I'm talking about. But there are people on the internet who think that Chelsea is the bad person in the relationship with Siri. But these same people, even though they hate Chelsea, they don't ever say, I really love Siri. Like, I don't think anybody really loves Siri. I don't think anybody really loves Johnny Truant. So yeah, I'm having trouble coming up with that one too. So then I started reaching for movies. Does movies count? Because I have never read the books. I got to tell you, I have never read the books, but I have seen every movie. And Harry Potter is a snot-nosed little shit. He just is. That's what I got for you. Harry Potter. I mean, it's possible that all 12-year-olds are snot-nosed little shits and you just don't notice until you're over 30, but like, yeah, Harry Potter was kind of an ass. Kind of an ass and a snot-nosed little shit. I did not like him. I didn't like him at all. Uh, According to the movies, I don't know. I understand the movie the director of the movies was kind of a Hermione fanboy. So, like, I don't know, maybe he gave all the cool bits to Hermione and took them away from Harry and all of the other characters. I don't know. There has been mumblings of that, but yeah, mostly just judging from the movies, did not like Harry Potter. Didn't like him. I thought he was a brat. I didn't like him. Didn't like him. So, that's what I got. I don't know. I haven't read the books. But the people who love the books also love the movies, so, you know, it's possible I'll read those books and still come away with the opinion that Harry Potter is a snot-nosed little shit. So, it's possible I'm just not the target audience. Number 6, a popular author that you can't seem to get into. I gotta say Brandon Sanderson. I did read the first book of the Mistborn trilogy. I did read the first book, and I think I got about halfway through the second, and I just it wasn't there for me. Like, I respect Brandon Sanderson. Like, he really likes his magic system. Really likes his magic system, and he wants you to know all about it. And I kind of respect people who get that crazy in depth with a magic system. Like, I respect that, but I'm not into mm, mm-mm, no, no. I thought the first book was fine. It was fine. I on it. It was fine. It was a fine book, and I got about halfway through the second, and I'm just like, I really respect your magic system. I would like to read about something other than your magic system, Mr. Sanderson, please. Could you just send me a spreadsheet? Could you just send me a spreadsheet with your magic system? Because I love me a spreadsheet. Footnotes and spreadsheets. I am all for footnotes and spreadsheets, but like, can we leave the book for the plot and the characters? I gather he gets a little less obsessive with his magic system as he goes on, but then they just start getting longer. There's this thing where an author gets to be so popular where editors are like, yeah, no, they daren't cut a single word of this author's latest masterpiece. The same thing happened to Stephen King. Yeah, nobody is ever going to cut a word of Stephen King's manuscript, so they just keep getting longer. And I think Brandon Sanderson is sneaking into that realm of editors just not willing to cut it because they just keep getting bigger, don't they? They just keep getting bigger, and I don't know. At this point, I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid. If you happen to know a Brandon Sanderson book that does not get obsessive with the magic system and is not just really long, let me know, and I may try to pick it up. But other than that, like, I can't. I did not make it through Mistborn. It was too much. There was just too much of the magic system and not enough of the characters, especially the characters that I wanted to like the youngsters. We were mostly dealing with the I don't want to say old guy. I don't think it was really old, but we're dealing with somebody else than the actual, I think, the person you believe is supposed to be the main character, just based on the back blurb of the book, Mistborn, isn't actually the main character. Like, she's there, she exists, but she's not really the main character. I didn't really get into it, and I'm a little afraid to try picking up the latter books. So far, I'm having trouble getting into Brandon Sanderson. If you know a book by Brandon Sanderson that you think will change my mind, please leave it below, because, I would totally like to know what all of my friends are talking about when I try to talk to them about Blindside, and all they want to talk about is the latest Brandon Sanderson. Like, yeah, I'd like to have something to say in that conversation other than, boy, he really likes his magic system, doesn't he? Question 7 is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. Love at first sight. Love at first sight. And yes, that is mostly, not entirely, but it does happen a lot in romance, and not a fan of romance. Yes, I get that. But that does happen in other books as well, and I find that when it does happen, like, it just eats the plot. Like, there are things going on in this world that you think would be more important than this character that you have just met, that you are suddenly in love with. And we don't have enough oxygen to think about any of the actual important things happening in the world right now. There is a horror author, I will not name names, but you may be able to guess, who does this to me. And I'm like, baby doll, your house is haunted. Your house is haunted. Maybe it's time to think about something other than how hot he looked in those pants. I, your house is haunted, babe doll. There are things happening. It's like important shit going on. Look around. And all you can think about is how hot dude looked in his pants. I don't care. Why are we doing this? So yeah, that's uh I have been bitten too many times. I have been bitten too many times by that. I am really attracted to this person that I have just met. There's things happening. There are important things that we should be thinking about right now that do not involve that person. And now I see it and I'm just like, oh God. Oh God, okay. Well, it was a good plot while it lasted. I guess that's what we're doing now. So long, plot. You might have been interesting. It would have been nice to know you, but nah. We're doing the attraction now. Okay. All right. I've been bitten. It is possibly just the sudden prevalence of romantasy and romance in basically everything. I get the same thing from TV shows, honestly. Every time a TV show introduces a possible love interest, I'm like, there goes the TV show. That's what this TV show is going to be about now. It's going to be a will they, won't they with these two characters, and I don't care because people are dying, okay? There is death going on around you, and you guys are doing a will they, won't they. There are more important things. There are more important. I know you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. It's possible you are a teenager and you've got hormones. Like, and all you can think about is whichever person you're currently attracted to. It's possible. It's possible that you do not believe me, but trust me when I tell you that sometimes more important things are going on, like your house being haunted. You might want to spare a couple of thoughts, one or two, to your house being haunted, or the fact that people are dying, or whatever else is going on in the plot that we're not talking about because we're too busy doing this will they, won't they thing. Yeah. I see that and I just get this sinking feeling. I just get the sinking feeling that this is what the TV show or the book or the movie or whatever it is about now. That's what it's about now. Not a fan. Number 8, a popular series you have no interest in reading, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. I have never read Lord of the Rings. I do not plan to read Lord of the Rings. I don't care. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. And people will absolutely argue with me about that, like, because that works every time. Yeah, you're going to argue me into reading Lord of the Rings. No, you're really not. I am not interested. I don't care. I don't want to read Lord of the Rings. I don't care about your Sausage Fest quest book. I just don't. I don't care. I don't want to read it. I have no interest. I have watched the movies. What the hell do you want from me? Like, I have done my due diligence. Like, I know the plot. I know there's some guy named Tom Bombadil who should have been in the movies but wasn't. But honestly, it's just one more sausage in the fest. I don't care. I am not the target audience of that book. It was not written for me, and I don't need to read it. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life. I'm sorry. What else? Oh, Will of the Many, Strength of the Few, that new book series that everybody is on about right now. Don't care. Don't care. No interest. Absolutely no interest in that. Yeah, it doesn't sound interesting to me at all. You might notice a little bit of a theme. I started reading fantasy and sci-fi and whatnot in probably the 90s. I was out from under my father's horror thumb, as it were, and getting my own books. And I'm like, oh, fantasy, sci-fi, all of these cool things. And I have trauma. I have trauma from all of the fantasy and the sci-fi that happened before now. You don't know how lucky you are right now. Because when I see a male author with a male main character and a whole bunch of other dudes, I just go, I, I'm not sure that book is for me. I'm not sure I'm gonna like that one. And yeah, that's trauma. It's probably just trauma. Yeah, I get that, but I still have that sort of feeling where like I need somebody to tell me, yeah, no, women do exist in that world, and they're not just sex objects or love interests or something else. I need I need some sort of reassurance before I try to get into that world before I will do it because I have also been bitten too many times by male authors with male main characters writing a dude story. It's a dude story, it's a dude book written by a dude author for dudes. It is not for me, and it's just gonna piss me off if I try to read it. If The Will of the Many turns out to be wonderful, if it's putting forward human dignity and the rights of all people, including the women, then I might be interested in reading it. But I have not heard that about The Will of the Many. I know that about The Lord of the Rings. I need somebody to vouch for a book these days. Male authors need to be vouched for before I will consider their books because I'm just like, I don't know, bud. Is her name Galadriel and is she a goddess among women and the only woman that exists? Is that is that the kind of book I'm reading? I'm not sure that's for me. Don't think so. The last official question, because like I said, I do have one more question, and you have to wait till the end to see it. I'm clickbaiting. Ooh, I'm getting into this. Okay, no, sorry. Last official question. The saying goes the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? I actually have a physical copy of this one. Oh gosh. I have it's a chunker, but it is the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft. So yeah, it, it's it's not one book. It's many, actually. This is, yeah, it's called The Color Out of Space. It's called The Color Out of Space. It is a fairly short novella, novelette, slightly longer than normal short story. I'm not sure. It's fairly short little story that happens, and it's okay. It's fine. It's a pretty good little short story. It is H.P. Lovecraft, so you know he cannot help himself. He will talk about foreigners, you know, Italians. As somebody of Italian descent, yeah, I get it. We can be a little shifty. I do have an inner imp. It's fine. But yeah, it's H.P. Lovecraft. He can't help himself. So, but it is fine. It is a fine little short story. But have you seen the movie? There is a movie. Oh God, there was a movie called The Color Out of Space. It stars Nicolas Cage. And it is literally 2 hours of Nicolas Cage just chewing on scenery. Nicolas Cage, absolute best actor if you need somebody to chew on scenery, right? But no, he's putting his whole chest into it. He is absolutely consuming this story. It is so wild. It is just wild. I don't think the movie is that scary. It does have some, like, there's some suspense. There are some, kind of, there's some grossness going on, but I wouldn't call it really scary. So even if, like, you're not a fan of like horror movies, if you just really want to see Nicolas Cage absolutely go off for 2 hours at you, you need to see The Color Out of Space. It is so fun. It is such a fun movie. Uh, and it's just wild. It is just wild. Wild. And I really like it. Like the short story's fine. Fine. But the movie, it's Nicolas Cage. It's Nicolas Cage chewing on the scenery for 2 hours. Tell me you don't want to watch that. Okay, I added a little question at the end because I've had an annoyance. I've had a thing. I have a thing clawing at my last nerve right now, and I really want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Question 10, unofficial question. What does BookTube do that annoys you? I'm going to start some drama. I'm not going to start some drama. I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm not going to call anyone out, but I'm going to tell you what annoys me about BookTube. It's people who have who do their they don't show you this part of the book. They don't show you the thing. They only show you the pages. They only show you the pages of the book. They do not put pictures of the story. They do not name the book in the title. If you click into if they're doing like a whole bunch of books, they're doing a whole wrap up, they'll have a whole pile of books that you can only see the pages of, that are not named anywhere on the screen, that are not named in the title, that if you click on the video, they are not in the description. If they have chapters, those chapters are not named after the books. So you don't know what books they're talking about. And I know why you do it. I know why you do it. That's how you get people to click on your videos. I know why. I know why. But I just fast forwarded through your entire video to figure out that you read 5 Emily Henry books. And now I'm mad about it. Why would you do that to me? I have no interest in Emily Henry books. But I didn't know that you were reading 140 Emily Henry books this month, because all you showed me was the pages. And all you told me was that I read 1,400 books this month. And I'm not going to tell you what they are. If you want to find out what books I read, you have to fast forward through the whole video. Baby, why? Why? What did I do to you? What have I ever done to you to deserve this kind of treatment? And to think, like, I will watch a video of a book I have no interest in and have never read. I have sat down for 5 hours and watched a single 5-hour video about a book I have never read and have no interest in. I have done that. I am that person. I am that person. I will link the video below so that you guys can enjoy it too if you're interested. But But no, I am that person. But when you like treat me like that, you treat me like I have to be tricked into watching your video? Baby, what did I do to you? Why are you mad at me? Not happy about it. Stop that. It's not okay. I'm mad about it now. I am mad about it now. I am mad about it now. And I'm no longer going to click on any of your videos or any other video I see where people are only holding up the pages and they refuse to tell you what books they've read. I'm not going to click on those videos anymore. You have ruined it for the entire of BookTube. Mad about it. I'm knocking shit over. I'm so mad about it. I'm so mad about it. I'm knocking shit over. Okay. Now that I have made you all very angry, thank you very much for coming to my rant fest. I spent, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I think I only ranted about half of it. I think the rest I was just laughing. Maybe? I don't know. It's all rant. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But if you come back later, I'll tell you all about the books that I did read, and I will absolutely only show you the pages and not the spine, and I won't tell you what they are, and you will have to fast forward through my entire video to figure out that every book I read in the last month is not a thing you care about. Because that's apparently what we do now. No, I'm not going to do that. But I will be back next week to talk about the books that I have read. I will be back next week to talk about the books that I have read this month. And I will tell you what they are. Because I apparently do not know how to play this game, I guess. So yeah, I hope you come back for that. Please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, please yell at me, please, absolutely, please try to argue me into reading Lord of the Rings. I can't wait to see what arguments you come up with that I have not heard before. So, do that. That's going to be fun for me. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.